Huntsville is a very charming city located in the north of the state of Alabama, United States. It's very well known basically for three things: space research, as I showed you guys yesterday, breweries, and I hope to be able to show a little bit of that is still on this street, and also historic constructions. That's what I'm going to show you right now. The city is very well maintained, and you soon realize that people here really like preserving history. There's historic information everywhere. Unlike several cities in the south of the United States that were devastated with the Civil War, this didn't happen here in Huntsville. The Union troops occupied the buildings, hence they preserved them. Thanks to that, Huntsville is one of the cities with the highest concentrations of historical buildings in the south. The heart of the historic area here in Huntsville is called Twickenham. So I'm joining a walking tour to learn more about the history of this place.
The first capital of the state of Alabama is Huntsville, Alabama. All the fellows who signed the Constitution spent time here. We'll pass the house where they actually slept 5 to a bed. And those were not king-size beds, by the way. Come on.
This is the Constitution Village, where Alabama was officially organized as the 22nd state. They offer tours inside, but for today we'll just continue here with our walking tour. Unfortunately, the weather has changed, so let's just hope it doesn't rain. They do a great job here preserving the history. A lot of these houses have a sign in front, like this one, indicating the name of the original owner and the year that they were built.
In 1892, a gentleman by the name of Samuel Moore, who owned the house, was a wealthy bachelor, and he actually took his prize-winning cow, Miss Lily Flagg. He took her to Chicago for the Great Exposition, where she beat out Bison's Belle, as many of the other cows, producing the most butter fat and the most butter. Well, when he got her home, he did the biggest party Huntsville has ever seen, and in the center of the ballroom was none other than Lily Flagg herself greeting all her guests.
There's actually more than just beauty and opulence here in this area. There's a fascinating history of styles, scandals, surprises, stories that Mr. Van Brown learned over the years growing up here in Huntsville.
Leroy Pope Walker, he was the Secretary of War who actually ordered the firing at Fort Sumter, which began the Civil War. The day he held his handkerchief up and he said, "There won't be enough bloodshed in this skirmish to fill this handkerchief." We all know how much blood was shed by both the Union and the Confederate soldiers during the Civil War.
This house is from 1818, and rumor has it that it's haunted. You won't believe the story of this house here. It was built backwards.
When Mr. McDowell commissioned his house to be built in 1848, he went to Europe like a lot of wealthy Southerners. He brought things back like crystal chandeliers, marble mantles, rosewood furniture, marble bathtubs. And when he got home, his overseer undoubtedly didn't read very well, so his fine home was actually built backwards. Mr. Chase, who purchased the house in the early 1950s or late 40s, actually added the columns to the back porch to make it look more suitable.
Wow.
This is actually the home of George Washington Lane. Mr. Lane was actually a federal judge appointed by Abraham Lincoln. Notice this is actually a carriage stoop where Virginia might have gotten off her carriage and not gotten that pretty white dress muddy, or you could attach your horse to the hook here. Now my friend Virginia Clement Comer Clay is very well respected. She actually grew up in the house across the street.
Now, sweetheart, you know a Southern lady never tells her secrets.
Thank you, Virginia.
Bye-bye. Come back soon, you hear?
Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to the Wheaton House now. Thank you, Tallulah, for joining us once again. Katie actually plays the role of Tallulah Bankhead in the Cemetery Stroll, but she's really my co-worker and she plays lots of characters. In fact, she might be the cow this year. Don't tell her. We're going back to the Whedon House where Beth Hamilton is going to tell us about the Whedon House. Very pretty, isn't she?
There's one house here that's actually open to the public. We're going inside. This little detail here on the stairs is what indicates the house was paid in full, which was a big deal at the time.
When the mortgage was paid, they would burn it and put the ashes in the newel post and top it with the ivory button. So it was a little elegant, subtle way of telling everybody that you owned the home for you. Feel free to look around.
Wow, really interesting. Most of the original furniture was destroyed during the Civil War, but they maintained the same style with antiques. Another great place to see how life was in the past is Buried on the Mountain. This is an open-air museum where you can go inside the mansion originally built there and also check out several 19th century structures that were relocated for the sake of historical preservation. As a bonus, you get this view. Amazing. I'm here in Huntsville for TBAX, which is the biggest conference in the world for travel bloggers. This is why you see me with this the whole time. Tonight is the opening party. This place is actually a century-old lumber yard that has been refurbished into a dining destination and also a really cool place to enjoy live music and play some games. Tomorrow on, I'll be busy the whole day at the conference, but there are some cool parties and some more cool places coming up.
Thank you for coming to our community. Thank you for being part of our community for a couple of days. You honor us by coming here, and we hope that you have a great time.
Hey guys, guess what? I'm back at the Space and Rocket Center. It's time to party.
I must tell you that we are building America's next great ship in Huntsville, Alabama today. It will be a ship very much like this one that you see here, with solid rocket boosters added to either side of it. And that ship will take us back to the moon, to bases on asteroids or at the Lagrange points, and yes, on to Mars.
Samantha Brown is a world-renowned traveler, and it's so wonderful to be talking to a gathering of such a wonderful travel community.
Today was the last day of TBAX, the Travel Bloggers Conference, and it was really a great event. You know, I met so many great people, learned about new destinations here in the United States and abroad, and now I'm already starting to make plans for my next trips. So now, party time. Huntsville is very well known for their breweries, and I'm very glad that today we have a party in this former high school campus that became an entertainment center with restaurants on both sides and even 2 breweries. Here's the funniest thing, they preserved several elements of the former school. Tomorrow I'm going to Birmingham, the main city in Alabama, which is just 90 minutes away. So if you have questions about Huntsville or Alabama in general, just get in touch.